Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Tribe Forex Power Hour. I'm Marcello, and with me is Nino, a pro FX trader. Today is March 3rd. I'm sorry. Today's April 3rd, 2014, and we're going to do today what we've done for years, which is analysis of the markets and evaluation of our strategies, which are based upon our bias, which is based upon our daily close of our daily bars at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. What am I going to talk about today? I'm going to do what I always do, which is talk about how it works, how we make money. Then I'm going to go into my daily market analysis, and if there are any trades that we're in, either in the Build Wealth program or trades that we have called or biases that we've called, we're going to tell you if they've worked out or if they have not worked out. So let's go ahead and talk about that right now. So our formula for success is to basically do our market analysis to determine our biases after 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Why is it 5 p.m. Eastern Time? Well, it's exactly why we call this the Power Hour, because 5 p.m. is the demarcation between the end of the New York session and the beginning of the Asian session, so 5 p.m. Eastern Time. That is when our daily bars are supposed to close. When those daily bars close is when we can get a proper overall view of the market and make a decision as to whether the market's going to go up or down on each currency pair. Now, if there's a probability that price is going to go up, we call that a buy bias. If there's a probability that price is going to go down, we call that a sell bias. Okay, and that's basically as easy as it is. It's very, very simple. Now, we execute these trades in two ways. One, we either take a set and forget it trade. That means that we set our entry, our stop loss, or take profit, and we don't look at it again until it hits one of those marks until the next day. Two, we day trade in the direction of our bias using pods. What are pods? Pods are points of decisions, so we can get bigger profits. We do that using our biases. So, guys, if you don't know what a pod is, go to tribeforex.com, join our website, and there will be in the upper menu bar, there's going to be a menu selection, and it's going to say something like Tribe Forex trading course, okay? And it's basically a free trading course, complimentary, that we give to you guys just for being a part of the Tribe Forex team. And of course, Tribe Forex is free for everyone. It is my gift. It is our gift to the entire community. And it also keeps us accountable so that we can keep on trading. As long as I have to be here at 5 p.m. for you, it helps me to keep my stuff together as well. Okay, so having said that, also I forgot to mention Nino. He is trading. So if you want to know how to day trade better using the pods and using this whole concept of bias, get into the trade room with Nino. He's there Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 to 3 a.m. Eastern Time, and once again at 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Time, doing live trading using our biases in the direction of the market. He is very masterful at what he does. If you have any questions at all, you can come in a Tribe. You'll see the links to be able to get into the trade room, and you'll be able to trade and ask him as many questions as you would like. Okay, Nino, how are you doing today?
Hey, Marcello, I'm fine. How are you?
Great, awesome. So, yeah. So, is there anything you'd like to add there?
We had okay time today in the live trading room, but the thing about it is, that the market is in consolidation. Is kind of deadlocked. A lot of the moves basically came kind of early in the session before the session started. And if you go back to the 15-minute chart, you can see we had a lot of buy reversals and sell reversal candles with at least 20 pip entries. So the risk to reward ratio wasn't too good on some of those entries, so we didn't take too many entries in the trading room today.
Well, that's fair, and that's good. Sometimes it's better not to take any trades. Guys, mind you, we're getting to walk right into non-farm payroll, and so that is a big, big announcement that moves the market. So sometimes in the setup, there's a lot of consolidation, a lot of back and forth, and the best thing to do is to not take any trades or take very few trades, and so that's exactly what Nino did, and it takes that kind of discipline to be able to play this game, because they want you to go in there in the middle of consolidation not knowing where you're going, and they want you to lose your money taking 10, 20 trades, trying to find a market move when there's not going to be a market move. So you got to consider that. Guys, let's just go ahead and take a look at the charts. I'd like to get through this quickly. All right, so yesterday, guys, we had a nice big solid move down on the euro dollar. Euro dollar, what we wanted to see here, we knew we were in consolidation. We were looking for price to hit the top. We said it. We said, hey, look, if price comes up, hits the top here of this trend line that we drew yesterday. You can look at the April 2nd call, and you can see that I said it's going to go up to 3,800 or 38. I think 38.13 is what we said. That's where the trend line is, 38.08. And we said that off of that 3,800 area, we're going to see price drop, or we're going to see price drop first and jump and really bounce off of this 37.17 area. Well, we saw price go up, hit the 38.10, and really come down. Now, we're still in that consolidation zone for the moment, guys, but it looks like that we're going to have a sell. Why do I say that? Just based off of probability. I don't know what's going to happen. Neither do you. No one knows what's going to happen. But based off the fact that basically prices closed below our areas of support and resistance that have been held to be these strong areas of support and resistance, like the 50% Fibonacci's, these two trend lines, which have held quite nicely until now. We've closed below both of them, and we can see price really gearing up and really setting up for something big. Now, we did have a nice morning star formation here, and this is what it looks like coming down. And so we're on the weekly now. We're back inside of our consolidation. We could see price come down to 136.29 or continue down even to about the 133.70 area for us. So that's what we're going to look for. We're going to expect to sell. That's what the price is telling us right now. We're going to stick with that sell, guys. Areas to look for the sell are going to be about 137.21. We may get a retracement up to 137.33, and off of that, we expect to see price really rebound down. And even if we were to see price past that 137.50, we're going to see price rebound down and really continue to move downward here on this euro dollar, and that's what we are geared up to see. All right, so looking on the weekly chart on this dollar CAD, we had consolidation followed by what looked like a railroad tracks. And not really a railroad tracks for our purposes, and I'll tell you why. It's because usually you like to see a railroad tracks or a reversal candle that's formed at the end of a nice move up. So if that reversal candle was formed here, that railroad tracks formation, then we'd be more likely to look at it and think, price may very well sell off at this point. That's not what we're doing here. We had consolidation, price peaked out, came back in, really closed low. And then, so right now we're looking for more of a consolidation on this dollar CAD weekly. Now, looking on the daily here, you can see here that is really held that 1.1001 area on the dollar CAD. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4 touches so far. Yesterday was another day that it came down to 1.100 and really rebounded and moved back up. Okay, so we are still holding this area of support and resistance. This range that we've had here on the dollar CAD, and for that reason we've had an uptrend up till now. Considering the uptrend, considering the trend lines that have been held, considering the area of horizontal support and resistance that's been held here, and also these just beautiful candles which show wick to the bottom side, we're going to be looking for a buy on the dollar CAD. Now, anything can happen, but that's what we're looking for. We're geared up for a continuation and a move back up into this consolidation zone. Now, that all depends on what comes out tomorrow. Non-farm payroll. There's no telling what can happen with non-farm payroll. We're currently in a sell in the Build Wealth program. So if you're a part of that, you're currently in a buy on the dollar CAD currently. You're in a buy on the dollar CAD currently. And we're holding that position. We've been holding it for the last 3 or 4 days, so that's why we haven't taken anything else. But I should have, honestly, because we did have some opportunities on the yen pairs which were clear cut, and we can still take advantage of those going forward. So we'll talk about that. We're playing ultra conservative these days, but when the market breaks, we'll have more opportunity. So think about that, guys. All right, so let me go on to we talked about the dollar Swiss. Dollar Swiss, not really something I'm going to call. I'm not going to call the pound dollar. Okay, I'm not going to call the dollar Swiss. Dollar Swiss moved up quite nicely, broke the high, and really went to the 50% fib area, which is also a very strong area of support and resistance at around 89.31. We could see price continue to move up. It hasn't really retraced that much off of that area, but we can't say for sure. There's no real indicators of price coming down. There's no real indicators of price desire to continue to move up. So for that reason, I'm not going to call it. There's probably a greater likelihood that price is going to move up than it is going to move down from what these charts are telling us. All right, so the dollar yen. Dollar yen, I said to watch for price. It's going to go up to 104.29. It didn't quite get to 104.29. It went to 104.10 and then formed this very tiny reversal candle here. Now, that's not bad. It's not great either. I like it when they really bounce off of that area of support and resistance that I've called here. Now, there's probably another area of support and resistance that I may have missed, and perhaps that's the reason why price is reacting the way that it is. Nope, that's not why. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the area of support and resistance. That's all there is. So basically, guys, we're going to be looking for, we could see another rebound here on dollar yen, so I wouldn't make it too tight, but there is an opportunity here as we are very close to the area of support and resistance, which has shown itself to be a very strong area of support and resistance. I'm looking at 104.28. If it does come back up here, I'm going to look for a sell-off at that point on the dollar yen. Now, what I also said to you last week was the euro yen. I looked at the euro yen. Or I'm sorry, not last week, yesterday. I said, guys, look for price to sell on this. We're looking for a sell on here, and we're looking for price to move at 143.09. That's precisely what happened. Price moved up, tried to retest the highs that we had here on the euro yen, and it just couldn't break that area of support resistance or resistance for our purposes, and sold off and came back into this consolidation zone. We could see price really come down here from 142.50 and get down to 140.32, and that's pretty much where we're at on the euro yen. So we have a sell bias on the euro yen. Same thing on the pound yen. Pound yen was a very good trade, perfect money trade, guys. I called this thing perfectly. Look at this. So basically I said price is going to go 173.07. That's the trend line. Price went up to 173.12. So 5 pips above that. Sold off, came back in, closed at 172.14. 100 pip day for some of you if you took that trade potentially. That's a pound yen. So basically where we're at here from where we are and what the market is saying, the probability is much higher that price is going to continue down. So we're at 172.45. We can see price potentially drop down to 169.12, which is where the bottom of this support area is, the bottom of this consolidation zone. So look out for that, guys. There's a good opportunity here on the pound yen and the euro yen. Consider that.
Marcello,
Now that, yes.
Sorry to cut you out. That was one of the pairs that we took in the room today.
Excellent. How'd that trade go?
It went great. Not mistaken, Ahmad, me and Ahmad had that same trade. I was on that one, and it was the next one, the dollar yen and the pound dollar. I think those were the two trades, two good trades that bounced.
Excellent.
But sorry to cut you off. Just wanted to add that, let you know that was the pairs that we traded. Just those two today.
No, thank you. That's perfect. Thanks for sharing, because that's what we do, guys. So you heard it, from the man. We called the trade yesterday in our biases, and we go out there. And Nino, basically, they caught that trade. They caught those trades that we were talking about, the sell biases that we had on those pairs. So, guys, you're going to want to listen to the biases and meet up with Nino in the trade room Tuesdays, 1 to 3 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Time. That's Tuesdays and Thursdays. So think about that. Let me just cover these New Zealand and the Aussie dollar. So the New Zealand dollar, as you can see, really hit a peak here at the very top of 89.50 and really began to make a descent. Very strong drop off here on the New Zealand dollar. Okay, I would dare say a tumultuous drop because it came really from the peak here at 8,700. Really hit 8,700 perfectly and came back down to where it is at 85.38, and it has not stopped dropping. It tested this trend line at 85.82. It actually got up to 85.79 and it's closed below this area of support resistance. We still have a sell on the New Zealand dollar. Now, if you look at it on the weekly, if we don't get a close above this trend line here, we're going to most likely see a nice drop on this New Zealand dollar from 85.80 all the way down to 7,900. Who doesn't want to do that? 500 pip drop potentially. Okay, so there's great opportunities there. Please look at the New Zealand dollar. Depends on how it closes this weekend. If it does, I may get into a position trade, swing trade, position trade, swing trade really, and just to see how this thing will play out in the future, just because it's just a wonderful, wonderful pattern that we've seen formed on this New Zealand. And sometimes, guys, it's like that. You don't know why price is doing what it's doing, but it does that, and then all of a sudden it just completely makes sense all of a sudden. All right, so looking at the Aussie dollar hit the 50 EMA, was not able to break the 50 EMA, and is just hanging out there. This is not a pair that I'm going to play with. Not playing with this pair yet until I see something very, very clear, which shows me from trend line to horizontal support and resistance. Yes, it bounced off the 50 EMA. That's great because it was on a very, very strong move up, very strong trend to the upside on the Aussie dollar. We had an Aussie dollar sell, and now, which got blown away here, if you will. Good thing that we use proper risk management, and then we got back in. We're on this dollar CAD right currently, and we expect to see this Aussie dollar sell off. So I'm looking to see New Zealand. Don't be surprised if you see New Zealand on your accounts, because it does seem like I want to take the New Zealand. I'm looking at it. Mouth is watering. Looks like a very good opportunity. But we'll see how this week closes out, and we'll try to find and position ourselves for a proper entry. Potentially to take advantage of this potential 500 pip drop. All right, so the Aussie dollar is out. We're not going to trade it. It's in consolidation. Looking at this weekly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles really within each other. It's because there's no real movement this week on the Aussie dollar. Okay, so we're not gonna worry about that. Potentially tomorrow, as we have non-farm payroll, we'll be able to see that unwind and really get to see something if there's an opportunity there. So with that, guys, I wish you well in non-farm payroll. We wish you well. Nino and I do. He doesn't trade on Fridays. We may very well take a trade or two here just because of the opportunities which are presenting themselves. But besides that, in general, we don't. And Tuesdays and Thursdays are the days that you want to find him in that trade room. Ask whatever questions you have. Watch someone who's masterful at trading trade, and that will be 1 to 3 a.m. Eastern Time on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then again at 8 to 10 a.m. Eastern Time on those same days. So, guys, with that, we wish you well. A happy Friday, happy non-farm payroll, and we will see you on Monday and a good weekend. All the best. Bye-bye.